Everyone, what's up? It's me again, JunkMonster3, and I am back with another video for you guys. And this is going to be an update video, a quite big update video, because there's a bunch of action films and a bunch of horror movies. So I decided that I would start with the action films and end with the horror films, because I think you guys are maybe more interested in the horror stuff than the action stuff. But yeah, that's just my guess. I mean, I can be completely wrong, but yeah, let's begin right away. First off, we have Killing Zoe, uh, Quentin Tarantino production. It's not directed by Quentin Tarantino, but it's apparently produced by Quentin Tarantino. And this has Julie Delpy in it, because I can see that on the back right there. And it also has, oh, what's his name? Eric Stoltz, yeah. This is from 1994, so I mean, this seems to be such an awesome action type film, and I think very many action films from the 90s are really good. So yeah, Killing Zoe. And then we have, this is a complete blind buy, but it has the Swedish guy Dolph Lundgren in it. So yeah, The Peacekeeper. Yeah, just a blind buy. I'm not going to say anything else because I have nothing to say about it, because I haven't seen it or heard anything about it. So yeah. And then the following three titles are Dawn the Rock. No, not the Rock. Oh my god, I can't stand the Rock. But Dawn the Dragon Wilson in it. I have not seen. Now when I think about it, I think I have seen one movie with Dawn the Rock. Why do I say the Rock all the time? Dawn the Dragon Wilson. I've only seen one movie of his, or one movie with him, so I can't say that much. And that was a movie called Redemption, which came out in the early 2000s. I think even Chris Penn is in it as well, so it was entertaining in its stupidness. So I decided to pick up these following three titles. First up, we have Ring of Fire. This cover art is just really cheesy, but still really cool, if that makes any sense. And then this is like a hard box of the movie called Night Hunter, right here. I'm not really sure how you can see it like on the spine. This is a German release, and here we have the insides. So the inside's not really like, it's just a disc, but it's a different type of DVD release. So yeah. And then we have the movie Black Belt, and then we have a Code Red release, the Devastator. Looks really cheesy. And then the following two titles I have actually seen. I saw them both yesterday, and I think both of them were really good. One of them are more serious than the other one, and the other one is a little bit more silly. And we have Shoot 'Em Up and Little Odessa. This is more like an action. This feels like a throwback 80s action film, to be honest. And Little Odessa is more like a, it's more like a drama movie than an action movie. And yeah, Little Odessa also has Edward Furlong and Tim Roth in it. So yeah, I really enjoyed both of these movies. So yeah, check these ones out if you haven't seen them. I think it's a little bit hard to see, but I'm doing my best. Then we have a Nazi movie, or like a movie from the which takes place during World War II, and the movie is called, oh, let's see here, Cross of Iron by Sam Peckinpah. So yeah, only heard good things about it. And then this list looks really cheesy, but still really entertaining. Double Edge, some cool movie from the 80s maybe low budget, I'm not really sure. This is a complete blind buy, but it just looks cheesy and entertaining as hell, so that's the reason why I picked up some of those. Now the following titles are horror movies. First up, a movie which I totally forgot that I got in my collection, or I actually got it for my birthday. My mother actually bought this for me, so yeah. The It remake. I actually saw this in the theaters with a friend, and I mean, it's quite good. I mean, it's not the best remake ever, or not the worst either. I think it was still quite good. There's some things I didn't like about it. I did not like some of the jump scares. They got a little bit irritating after a while. I'm not that type of guy who... I'm not really a big fan of jump scares. If you're gonna have like a jump scare, you would probably need maybe maximum of 2 jump scares in the whole film. Otherwise it shouldn't even be called a jump scare, because That was an issue I had with the newer Blair Witch movie. It was like just jump scares all over the place, and that just makes the movie so much worse. But something I really enjoyed about this is the child actors. I think they all did a great job. And Bill Skarsgård, I mean, he is good as Pennywise, but not as creepy as Tim Curry. But that's just my opinion. I still think he did a good job. But yeah, nowhere near as good as Tim Curry in my opinion. But yeah, gonna check out part 2 when it comes out. I think it comes out maybe 2019 or something. I'm not really sure about that. But yeah, it's the remake now. I've been mumbling so much about that movie, so I need to speed up. Then we have a made-for-TV movie which came out in the early 90s called Midnight Child. Sorry for the damn glare, but this is the best I could do right now. And then the next movie just looks so ridiculous and so stupid and so sleazy. And yeah, the reason why I picked it up was because Robert Englund is in it. So zombie strippers. I've not seen it, but it looks so stupid, so I just had to pick it up. And the next movie is a movie from the 60s, which is it the 60s? Yeah, I think it's the 60s. I've been wanting to see this for such a long time, and I finally got it. The Haunting. But a weird thing about this release, I'm not really sure if it's the same thing with other releases as well, but just look at the back right here. This looks more like 90s than 60s if you ask me, but I don't know, I can be so wrong about that. But yeah, The Haunting. I think they also did like a remake of that which came out maybe in the 90s. I'm not too sure, but yeah. And then we have a movie called The Abandoned. I've heard that this has a really great atmosphere in it, so that's the reason why I picked it up. I haven't really read that much about it. And then a movie I actually did have before, but unfortunately that release was cut in very many ways, I believe. So that's the reason why I picked up this release, because according to the DVD or the cover art or whatever, this is completely uncut, and it is Lucio Fulci's The New York Ripper. And to be honest, when I saw this movie the first time, I was not the biggest fan of it, so maybe when I see it completely uncut, I'm probably going to like it even more than I did the first time, so yeah. And then we continue with some more Italian stuff. Lamberto Bava's Macabre. I think this was like his first movie. Sorry for the glare if it's a little bit hard to see, but this is the best I can do at the moment. And then we have a movie called The Ugly, which came out in the late 90s, I believe. I can be so wrong about this, but I've not heard that many people talk about this movie. So and I've heard it's supposed to be good from some people on IMDb, like review stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, The Ugly. And then we have a newer vampire film, which I've heard is supposed to be a really good modern day vampire film, and the movie is Byzantium with damn, what's her name? Gemma Arterton. Gemma Arterton. She was also in Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, which I'm a big fan of, and I really want them to make a new movie or like a new sequel to that. So yeah. And then we have a movie which I've heard is more like a thriller than an actual horror movie, but The Perfect Bride. Yeah, complete like blind buy. And then we have Brian De Palma's movie called Sisters with Margot Kidder or Margot Kidder. I'm not really sure how you pronounce her name, but yeah, Sisters. I've heard good things about it. I've heard that's also another film which is supposed to be more like a thriller type film than a straightforward horror movie, but yeah. What Waits Below. Okay, an early 80s film. And then for my birthday I got this movie from a friend because he had it in his collection, and he didn't like it that much, and that's the reason why he gave it away to me. And I've been on the hunt for this movie for quite some time, so yeah, thank you very much, man, if you watch this. Session 9. So yeah. And then we only have 2 titles left. We have another Lucio Fulci film. I think it's Lucio Fulci. Yeah, directed by Lucio Fulci. Lizard in a Woman's Skin. Yeah, not really sure if that release is uncut or not, but what the hell. And then the last movie for this update is Necronomicon, which came out in the early 90s. Apparently, I've heard that this is like supposed to be the only DVD release of this film. This is actually a French release, I believe. Yeah, it's a French release. But just look at this. This is like really big for like a really big and cool looking release. So yeah, Necronomicon. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and didn't get bored, and I hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.